Hi everyone, David Moeller here. Hey, I'm the Washington County Fair Rabbit Superintendent. You can tell by the yellow shirt with the superintendent on the back. Be looking for that shirt at the fair. If you're a first-time 4-H'er coming off Clover Kids or even a Clover Kid member right now, just want to take and do a short video here. Amy Adrian Green asked me to maybe take and since we couldn't do our rabbit workshop this weekend, maybe put together a short video, just some things maybe going over what we would have at the rabbit workshop, and hopefully we can have some other intermediate and senior 4-H'ers that would maybe do a short video clip also, taking some time to maybe talk about the rabbit project, not only just the rabbit itself, but also other things they can do in the rabbit projects, posters, record books, things like that they actually did above and beyond just the the rabbit project itself. There's just so much more to the rabbit project besides just taking your rabbit to the fair and showing it. So a few things we just wanted to take and go over. Obviously, one of the first and foremost things we always talk about at the rabbit workshop, we actually take and make sure that you do get your rabbits tattooed. We can help with that. We have a tattooer. Also, the extension office has a tattooer that you could actually not rent out, actually borrow and check out. And then, like I say, we offer that assistance too if you need that done. Be glad to help with that. So, rabbits are needing to be tattooed in the left-hand ear. All rabbits are required to have that. Make sure you do have that take place for the fair. Reason for that is, one, we want to follow the ARBA rules, and also, just as an example, if you have a Florida white rabbit, all the rabbits are white. If you have 20 rabbits up on the table, that's the only way you're going to know that that's your rabbit. So again, we do require that. That is in the rule book, so make sure you take and read through that also. Some of the things, we do have pamphlets and handouts that we can get you. Here's one, caring for your rabbit, pet rabbit, general care of rabbits, practical breeding for the domestic rabbit, and then also we have a membership application for the American Rabbit Breeders Association. Also, you can get involved with the Iowa Rabbit Breeders Association too. Some of the things that come with that, they actually have a magazine that's actually provided with that, with your membership. So keep that in mind. Other things that we always talk about, just simple basic things, care of rabbits. Rabbits are like cats. They clean themselves. A lot of people ask me, should we take and bathe a rabbit? Definitely not. Rabbits are not to be bathed. They should not be washed or anything like that. They take care of themselves. There's other things you can do to certain breeds of rabbits, and I'm going to probably let the 4-H'ers take and talk about that in particular. Of course, obviously, some of the basic things that you need to know. One thing I would always take and make sure the new to the rabbit project area are aware of, make sure that you have fresh water in front of your rabbit at all times. No matter whether it's the cold dead of the winter when it's froze, you got to go out there and thaw those water bowls out, make sure they have fresh water, and of course obviously in the summertime. That is the most important thing. Obviously food too, but water is very, very important. Another simple thing, rabbits actually use their ears for cooling themselves. That's how they keep themselves cool. They use their ears as a radiator. So a lot of times in the summertime, I know kids like to take and hold their rabbits, but if you hold your rabbit too much in the summertime, it could actually overheat the rabbit. So that's a simple thing to keep in mind too. Obviously simple things that we always talk about also at the rabbit workshop, and some of the most common things that are always asked by a judge for the first year 4-H'er. Things like, can you turn your rabbit? Can you flip your rabbit over? The 4-H'ers will let them take and show you or how to properly handle a rabbit, and maybe take and actually flip the rabbit over. And what you're doing for that is you're actually checking for obviously things like toenails, making sure their toenails are good and actually have toenails on all 4 feet. Obviously on a rabbit we have 4 toenails on the back feet, and 5 on the front. And that 5th toenail is called a dew claw. So those are things that, like I say, you want to take and make sure you know, and do some research online. There's a lot of information out there on rabbits. There's so many different breeds too. Obviously, one of the things we always talk about is the the Standard of Perfection book, and that is always referred to by judges, and we also use that, like I say, here at the local level too. Mainly just gives you an explanation of all the different breeds and what they're actually looking for. Some breeds are judged by fur, some breeds are judged by actual markings on their coat. So when you're doing some research online, make sure you do check and find out what exactly you're after, and also use that Standard of Perfection book to hopefully get some more information, so you know what actually is being needed to know about that particular breed of rabbit. I know that last year was the first year for a ARBA show here at the Washington County Fair grounds, and we took and got to help with that. That was some really exciting day full of lots of rabbit judging. They had 2 shows, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. They had both youth and open rabbit show, and I know they have another show is slated for this year. So like I say, make sure you keep an eye out for that. That's something that they had almost 800 rabbits there at the fairgrounds. So again, that's something to take and keep in mind. With that, like I say, I'll take and keep it short and sweet, but hopefully you can take and, like I say, with some of the 4-H'ers that we're going to take and maybe have some short video clips, you'll see some different breeds of rabbits and what they actually did in their last years of showing rabbits. So with that, thanks for viewing, and look forward to seeing you guys at the fair this summer. Thanks.